I am with Leonard Sim from LoQ. You might have heard of LoQ as the Flash Pass that is at many Six Flags theme parks. Why don't you tell us what we can expect in the future from LoQ, what's going on with the company in 2009 and beyond?
Sure. As you know, we introduced the new version of the Flash Pass 2 years ago, and that's been a great success. People love being able to reserve their rides in their hand rather than having to go up to the actual ride itself. And now we're adding features to make the system more accurate. We're adding people counting systems so that we can measure the wait times, the line lengths much more accurately than we did before. We've got some clever predictive algorithms and all sorts of technical stuff that just make the system work better. But additionally, we're putting in more of the marketing aids like messages that appears on your QBot when you're close to a particular restaurant, for example. The QBot users will be given a message offering them a discount, perhaps, if they go in that restaurant now. And then beyond that, the guys in the lab are busy working on water park products. We have a number of ideas for getting people out of lines in water parks. A bit different than a theme park because there isn't really the ability to make a second entrance. But there's ways and means, and we're working on it, and I think that'll be quite exciting. And in the longer term, of course, I don't think we're more than 5 years away from the beginning, at least, of no lines for anybody in a theme park. Perhaps a short line to build up the anticipation, or on a very busy day to absorb the extra number of people that are in the park over what's comfortable in the common area. But with those exceptions, I don't think we're more than 5 years, as I say, from the time when no one needs to queue, which will be great.
Yes, it will. About how many parks is LoQ in here in the United States and abroad right now?
We're in 8 of the Six Flags parks right now, along with Dollywood. But this month, we're busy installing Six Flags Magic Mountain in California. And then before the start of next season, there's another Six Flags park comes on. We're also in fairly serious discussions with 2 or 3 others. And we have European parks coming on board right now as well, so that's good.
So the future looks very bright for LoQ.
We've had a great year and it's getting busier.
Yeah. Leonard, why don't you show us how the actual system works so people can get a little idea of how the system works and how it's implemented at the parks.
Okay, Tom. This is a live QBot, but without a real park around it. Actually, this particular one, we put in some Mexican rides from a particular park.
Okay.
Okay. And as you see on the screen right now, this ride, Batman the Ride, is now open. Obviously, what the demonstration is showing is that that ride was down for some reason. It's now open, so if I wanted to be able to reserve Batman, I should be able to find it in my list of rides. Oh, there we go.
So the system is intelligent enough to know when a ride is down, when it's not operational, and when it comes back up?
Yep. If a ride has got a temporary shutdown for cleaning or because of someone being ill or something like that, then all that happens on here is that your wait time will be bumped if you have a reservation. But if it's a longer shutdown, then you're given the option of cancelling the ride or keeping a reservation for something that might not happen. Some people want to. If the ride is closed for the day, then you can't keep the reservation. Okay. So it's just like a real queue line where if it's down for a short time, nobody really notices. It's just the line goes a bit slower. If it's down for a couple of hours because of a mechanical fault, then they close the entrance to the queue line, but the people stay in the line. If the ride's totally down, then they clear the line out. We do the same thing with the QBot. But to get back to the basic operation, a list of rides, and on the right-hand side is a time, which is the time that you would ride that ride if you joined the physical queue now. Now, instead of having to join the physical queue, you have the option at the bottom to press the button that says reserve. So Batman the Ride says I could ride it if I want, in fact, in about 24 minutes from now. So I've reserved it. That message will stay there until I take my ride.
Okay. I am with Chris Bain. He is the chief architect of the software behind the the low queue system. Why don't you tell us about what goes into actually programming for this?
Well, a whole lot of work, really. We have the QBot code itself, we have the server code, we have our own bespoke base station units around the park. So the hardware has been developed by us for those base stations, and for the QBot, the software for those as well. And then we have client applications, Windows client applications for the rental of the units as well. So there's a whole lot to the system, basically.
Okay.
But
anything to look forward anything to look forward to in the future coming out that you guys are working on that you can speak about?
Yeah, we can speak about automation is the big thing now, really. There's some processes that we do manually, such as the rental. So we want to look at automating that with vending machines and kiosks. We want to automate ride entrances with turnstiles. At the moment we have an entry QBot which is used to check against the actual QBot that the entry is valid. So we will be perhaps automating that on some rides with turnstiles and things like that. So that's quite excited about doing that kind of thing this year.